I'm going to go in. All right. So again, I'm going to be doing this every single night. And the reason for this is because everyone does the daily devotionals and they get their mind right to start their day, which is awesome. I do it myself. I journal in the morning and I journal also at night. Okay. So I have my own little journal here that I like to write into every single night. And I find it, especially with the people who've taken my class, that is the habit that they're finding difficult to add to their daily lives. So I said, you know what, why not? It's so important. Oh, awesome. And I'll get back to you on that one. It's so important to get your mind right before we go to sleep. But yet it's one of the things that's very neglected. A lot of people just, they hop in the bed, they turn off the TV after watching news, and they're thinking about everything that they endured for the day, whatever stressors they may have endured during work, from friendships, rejections, whatever bills they couldn't get paid. So a lot of times we tend to go to bed thinking about a lot of negativity. So your mind is not in the right place. And if you go to sleep thinking about that, guess what's going to happen? When you wake up in the morning, that negativity is going to be the first thing on your mind. And while you were sleeping, your subconscious had the opportunity to think about what? That negativity. So it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And God tells us that we shouldn't think about negativity before we go to bed. He has a lot of scriptures about entering his rest before we go to sleep. So my goal is to get my folks, all of you guys, into the habit of clearing your minds before you go to bed. All right. And this also goes into the journaling part. At night, what I like to do, and I'm going to be saying this every single night. If you have any questions, you can ask me, you can DM me, and I'll be happy to answer them. They're not this evening one is not going to be a long drawn out one. I'll add a different one during the day for that one to talk about different topics. I just want to focus on you clearing your mind, releasing everything that you went through today, all the anxieties that are bombarding your mind right now. And I usually start off with a deep breath. I have two girls, right? Layla and Leah. I try and get them to bed at a certain time. Coronavirus has everybody's schedule off. So right now we're working on like 9 o'clock, they're in bed. And that's a reason why I made it for like 9:30. All right. So I start off with taking my deep breath in. It's a semi-meditation just to calm myself down. And I find that when you're taking a deep breath in and you hold it for a little bit and then you release it, it tends to relax the nerves. And you let God enter. All right. And every time you take a deep breath in, right, I always imagine myself, the energy going in through my fingers and through my toes, right? God is energy. He's everywhere. So when I take that deep breath in and I usually sit like Indian style, or if I'm laying on the bed, sometimes I'll just imagine energy coming down from my head, going up through my toes, coming in through my fingers. And when I release, that's me releasing everything that I've dealt with for the day. I don't want no problems when I go to sleep. This is my time to reset my day for the next day. Okay. So once I finish doing that, I think about, I do a reflection. I want to add, don't allow yourself to get anxious and tie yourself to that to-do list. So I like to reflect and to think about what I got done and what I didn't get done. And for me today, I had a whole list of things that I was supposed to do, but I didn't get to it. And so I found myself kicking myself in the butt. Oh my gosh, I didn't get it done. Now I got to do this. But no, I forgive myself. So this is the best time to forgive yourself and let it go. Okay? Forgive yourself and let it go and know there is tomorrow. and you will be able to do it tomorrow. What needed to get done today got done. So forgiving yourself before you go to bed is a big thing, because then you're just going into the next day, you feel kind of like a failure. So we don't want to go to sleep thinking that we're failures. So I actually forgive myself for all the things that I didn't get done, but I remember all the things that I did get done. So I focus on my accomplishments, my little to-do list, what I did get done, and I applaud myself for that. Once I get done with that, I signal is bad. Once I get done with that, and these are like quick little steps. I'm taking my time explaining it to you because this is the first time that you're probably getting this. Once I get done with that, I now thank God for all that he's done for me. I got home safe. I'm not sick. I'm healthy. My children are healthy. I have food on the table. And then, or whatever the case, whatever you can be thankful for, that he's always with you, is acting up. Sorry about that, guys. So I just thank him for everything that he's done. And once I do that, I like to choose a scripture. I personally, like I said, I don't just like to shut my TV off and then go to sleep. I try and think of a scripture that I can meditate on. Today's scripture that I posted up, I'm going to share my screen. I was trying to do that fancy thing again, but it's all messed up, so I'll fix that later. But if you see it, my scripture for the day to enter his rest tonight is, you will keep in perfect and constant peace the one whose mind is steadfast, that is committed and focused on you in both inclination and character, because he trusts and takes refuge in you with hope and confident expectation. So my peace is in God, knowing that he's gonna take care of me no matter what. So I had a dream the other night, and I was on the beach, and you know those big dumpsters that you go to, like you usually find behind stores and stuff, the big ones. So I had a dream that it was my backpack. Okay, this huge dumpster was my backpack, and I was on the beach, and I'm walking. As I'm walking to the seashore, this dumpster was so heavy, and all I remember is, like, it hit me. The dumpster represented all of my issues, all of my concerns, all of my doubts, all of my negativity, and I was able to take it off, and I just threw it in the ocean. And I knew that was God telling me, just let it go. And you know, once it's in the ocean, it's lost. You can't find it anymore. So I imagine that vision too at times. That's a good memory to add to your nightly routine. Imagine yourself at the beach, taking off this dumpster and throwing it into the ocean. And again, this is your opportunity to reset your day for tomorrow. You do your quick journaling. What is it that you want your subconscious to think about while you're sleeping? Remember, your subconscious is active 24 hours a day. Active, and never sleeps. It's the one that's in charge of your heart circulation, all your vital organs, and all of the things that happen automatically, right? Is your subconscious. So it's always working. So now this is your opportunity to tell your subconscious what you want it to think about. So I think about my day tomorrow. I think about my future. I think about my body healing. I think about my children and them enjoying their day. I picture my next day flowing effortlessly into and everything that I think can go right will go right. Then I plan out my day in my head. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wake up at this time, and then that's it. And I let it go. And I say, your will be done. Thank you for this amazing night. And I guarantee you, if you do this, 99, actually most leaders, this is what they do. Most goal getters, this is what they do at night before they go to bed. They tell their subconscious what it is they want it to think about. Your subconscious is you, is God within you, the I am. He lives in you. So this is the perfect opportunity to talk to your God within, our God within, and let him know what you want to accomplish the next day and what ideas you need to come in your mind. And then when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, don't get on social media. Don't turn on the TV. No. I have a timer on my coffee maker. So I already set my coffee up for tomorrow morning, right? And all I do is wake up, go straight downstairs, because I don't want any distractions. I want to get my goal is to hurry up and get to my favorite chair in the morning and drink my coffee and meditate. I don't want to have time thinking about, oh, I got to do the coffee. No, it's already done. Get my coffee, pour it into my cup. Right now I'm drinking my little tea. You guys are supposed to have your hot cocoa. And then I drink, let it go, and I meditate. That's when I meditate on an empty stomach. That's the best time to meditate, because when you meditate on a full stomach, your body's focusing on digestion. So it's known to meditate on an empty stomach and you get the best results. Once I'm done with that, I jot down my dreams if I had any. I jot down any ideas that God has given you. So that's the perfect time to start jotting down. You are your most creative self early in the morning. When you just wake up, your mind is like, and it's so funny when I ignore that, I end up forgetting, and I say, oh, I'll write it down later. I always forget, and I'm like, shoot, I should have wrote it down. So just get into that habit. And another tip too, when you wake up, I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, have a journal next to you. So and if something is on your mind, write it down so you don't forget it. I have so many journals. I have a meditation journal. I have a scripture journal. I have my dream journal. And then I have my goal journal. I have several and I go through them all the time. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, what was the scripture? Girl, I got it. I'm going to put it up again. I'm sorry about that, Jenny. And the scripture for tonight was Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect and constant peace the one whose mind is steadfast, because he trusts and takes refuge in you. So we're trusting and taking refuge in God and letting go of all of our concerns. He says, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has its own worries of itself. All right. So this was your hot cocoa time with me. I didn't have hot cocoa. I'm trying to stay away from sugar. Anybody who's in my fortified prayer technique weekly group, no sugar for me. I'm doing good. And I'm keeping to my goal for the week. So I want to make sure you guys, Jenny, are you keeping up with your goal tonight? Does anybody have any questions? If so, any questions about meditation, my journaling method? I do have a journaling method if you want me to share that with you. Any questions about the subconscious? I'll give a minute or two for the questions to come in. And you said, yes, you are reading, but your friends didn't get it yet. Oh, no. All right. Just so you know, I had wiped down the book and everything. But as soon as they get the book and you want me to send you over those, you want to do a book club with your friends, I can send over those questions for you. Okay. And then reflection questions for yourself as you read the book. All right. I'm going to let you guys go now. Yep, that was it. So I love you guys. God bless, and always read, and always remain enlightened and defeat deception. And I'll be here tomorrow night. Okay. And don't forget, this Thursday, I am interviewing Pastor Daniel, and we're going to be talking about whether or not what category you fall in, whether you fall into the thought or the Christian lady, or just plain old naive. And maybe that is the reason why you are still single, or you can't seem to hold on to a spouse, or the men just keep going and turning left field. I know for me, I talk about that in my book. That was one of my issues. I'm going to admit, I was the naive girl. So to look forward to that on Thursday. That's going to be at 8 p.m. And then after 8 p.m., I'm going to cut that off, and I'm still doing this. Okay. Thank you for your support. Share this. Let your friends know that I'm doing this. I love each and every one of you, and I pray that God bless you with a peaceful night, a restful night, and you wake up feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. Hey, Rico, I'm signing off, but the replay will be, I will download the replay. All right. God bless you all, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye.